Good day, everyone. This is Lois with Diamonds and Things coming to you from the Northeast on a really warm, sunny afternoon. I hope everyone is doing good, and I hope you're enjoying the weather, whether you're swimming or just relaxing on the beach someplace or just hiding inside where the air conditioning is. And if you're new here, thank you for dropping by. I really appreciate you stopping to see what I have going on. And if you're returning, as always, I appreciate you coming back. So today is my stitch along day with Painting Fairy cross stitch. As you can see by the picture, I am an affiliate, and they've asked me to do a couple videos a week. So this is the first one of them. And the other one will be probably on Sunday. So as you can see, this is what I'm working on. It's called Lantern Flower Garden. It is a 14 count, and I'm using 2 strands. And I have the video up like this so you can possibly see how huge this one is. It's pretty big. This is a 300 stitch by 300 stitch, and that's the dimensions. I don't even know, but inch-wise I mean, that's I'm having a brain fart. I just got done eating, so my carbs are going to my brain. And actually, it should help my brain, but obviously it's not. So you can see at the top here, and see their logo, and it's in Chinese, obviously, but I'll bring you down here. You can see their information better. So there's their information, and you can always use Google Translate, which I have never done. So today I'm going to work down. I'm going to fold this. Actually, I've been crunching it up because it's very stiff. And as you can see, the printing is really good. Oops, sorry. Printing is really good. Let me zoom you out and in here. So you can, there you go. See how good it is. And as you can see, I've got some floss lying across there. There's a park thread that I did. I don't even know where it is. It's up in the corner there. Anyway, but hope you don't get seasick me doing this. Well, hold on, and I'll rearrange my camera, and we'll get going. I'm going to continue working in this corner over here. This is a blended stitch. Where's my finger? Here it is. I'm going to continue working on this symbol right here. The green slash mark to the left, because I've been trying to do some work on it. And I've done all that in there, worked on it right down there. And a couple other spots. But I've been trying to, this is really confetti heavy, as you can tell. But I want to continue. I'm going to start down here. And the blended stitch is, let me just look at it again, see if I can find it. Where'd it go? There it is. The numbers are 939 and 820. All right, I'm gonna put you right there, and I'm gonna get my needle here and get my needle threader. And show you the pretty colors here that I'm going to use. They put their floss on their bigger kits, it appears, on these nice plastic cards. Sorry, you're really close here, as I just sat down, so different view. So I'm going to work. This is the 820, all that blue, and 939 is right there. So I'm going to take one of each and put them together. 939 anyway. The 850, 820, I mean, is I have to pull out one whole bundle of 6 strands because it was an additional bunch of floss, so I have to separate it. So let me put you on hold again, and I'll be right back so I can separate it here. Alrighty. Sorry for the delay. You may not have even noticed, but if you ever notice how when you're trying to hurry, things go wrong? Well, my thread got knotted because I was trying to get back here before my phone took me off pause, because it does that sometimes, and I have no idea why, but all right, so I'm gonna bring you down closer because I work through the my phone camera when I do this because I can see better, hopefully. Normally I can anyway. There's a couple stitches that I didn't finish there. Sorry, I don't mean to get you so close. I'm just trying to get so I can see, position myself so I can see properly. And let me adjust the camera a little bit. That's a little bit too much. I think that certainly is better than what it was. So I'm going to just, I'm going to go down here, come up the other side. Too much stuff in my way here. So what are y'all up to today? I just got done running around. It's funny when I run around, I go to the grocery store is what I'm calling running around, and oh, for Pete's sakes. What the heck happened here? Oh, I'm discombobulated. I gotta move my phone stand here, it's in the way. I go out and I run around, and you know, where'd I go? I had to go to, I wear hearing aids because I'm older, and as you get older your ears tend to fade away, it seems like. And I used to listen to a lot of loud music in my younger years. So I had to go went to have my, I'm gonna cut this end off because it's not even, and I don't like uneven ends. .850s, the 820 thread is longer than the other thread, so anyway, this thread is really long. I don't double them over because they're single threads of each thread. Oh. All right, let's go back over here and finish this. So anyway, I was out running around. Can't find the hole. Close, but no cigar, as the saying goes. Come on, get in there. So I went to have a yearly free hearing test, and I went to the store. Have you noticed, I'm changing the subject here, I'm not even segueing. Is it me, or, I mean, I like this floss. It's very nice and soft, but I don't know if anybody, and I'm not blaming Painting Fairy at all, but I'm just wondering, and it could be me, and that's why I'm asking the question. Does anybody notice that this knots up fairly easy, and sometimes it will like shred a piece off the end? Or now my question is, in addition to that one, do you use like wax, or do you just, you know, let it be the way it is? Do you use it unwaxed? That's my knocking things over. Because I'm thinking maybe waxing it will help it. But I mean, it's very fine and soft, and I know it's silk thread, but I just want to do it justice, you know. If If it works better with wax on it, well, that's good for me to know, and anybody else that isn't familiar with their thread, because Painting Fairy makes their own, they make their own floss. And I mean, it's, like I said, it's really nice, but I don't want to, I want to do it justice, like I said. So if you have a suggestion for me, I would appreciate it, because this is my first foray into Egyptian cotton thread, so I'm not having a good time finding the hole either. But there we go. Come on. It's not that easy when you're making a video. So have you tried Painting Fairy? I know that they are like inundating all the cross stitchers with you know, their products and stuff, which is good because they're getting their products out there. Because they are on other sites also. I've seen them. I don't want to mention any names because I don't want to get it wrong, but I have seen, you know, like I said, I've seen them on other sites. So, but I really like their Aida cloth. It's very stiff, and the symbols are wonderful. And I say I like the stiffness only because, I mean, you know that it's, you know, it'll, if you use a frame, it will stay taut better for you. I was using my Q-snap, and I noticed that, well, it was the way I put it in the Q-snap. I guess my Q-snap was dirty, but because I put a mark on the outer edge of on the border, but thankfully that'll wash off. Or actually, I'll probably cut the edge back because it's so big. Whenever I finish this, I'm trying to work on it more and more. I don't want it to be a lifelong project, you know, because it's so big. Because I have couple other pretty ones from Painting Fairy I'm working on. They are a 16 count and a little 14 count, which is cute. I showed them last week for Sunday. I was working on one. So if you want to see that, check that out. I do have a coupon code. It's just my name. I'll put the description, and I have a link. The coupon code is 5% off, so you can always use that if you're interested in buying something from Painting Fairy. They are a higher end cross stitch, although they do have small kits for like 99 cents or something like that. And I'm not, come on. I know they've offered me a frame for like half price, but at this point in time, I'm not able to get one, but I'm looking forward to when I can, because it will certainly help my stitching and my videotaping for you all. So one of these days, hopefully I'll be able to get one. I'll just have to find some place to store it and to set it up. So, because they are good frames. They're adjustable, and you can adjust it to sit down or stand up. I've seen several people with them, and it would be good to have it. So eventually, we'll see what happens. So I hope you're still here. I know it's funny. I look at the analytics and how long people watch, and most people don't watch a whole video. But what I do is I'll sit here and cross stitch, or a lot of times I'll lay in bed and watch a video at night while I fall asleep, or I'll just sit here and use it as like a podcast and just listen instead of really watching, because I mean, you know, diamond painting, cross stitch, you know, it can be kind of boring to watch, actually, especially when you're experienced, you know, and you just know how to do it all. I have an embroidery kit that I started quite a while ago that I'd like to continue working on also. But, you know, I started the embroidery. Obviously, working on embroidery is different than just cross stitch. So it takes, for me anyway, because I haven't done a lot of embroidery, but it just takes more concentration. I want to see something. Pull this back out, make sure. Okay. That blue line confused me there for a minute. Sorry for the movement of the camera. I have a hard time like this even when I'm, for the most part, when I'm sitting on the couch cross-stitching by myself. So it's not always just that I'm on camera. And I've got this real long thread too, and I don't, well, I do, when I'm working in this, I have this long one, so, but when I'm, excuse me, working on, you know, one of my smaller kits, I usually double the thread and do the loop method, but so I don't have to extend my arm so far. Of course, I guess it's stretching out my brachial plexus area. You may not know what that is. That's the area under your collarbone that attaches to your arm. That area in there. That's where a lot of carpal tunnel problems start. Well, I shouldn't say start, because it, like I've said, it starts in your back where all your nerves are. My carpal tunnel, I've been doing exercises, and I can honestly say it feels like, or maybe I'm just getting used to it, but it feels like it's getting a little better. I'm trying anyway. I stand in the doorway and put my arms on each side of the doorway and lean into the doorway and stretch my brachial plexus area. And it helps to open up the nerve area. And I've been taking ibuprofen and Tylenol, so that helps too. But so I have all this week off, so I plan on doing, I have off until Saturday, and they called me what's today? Today's Tuesday. You'll see this tomorrow, Wednesday. So I got a text message yesterday. I had worked Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And it was just, I don't know, I've said this before, people just come in and buy tons and tons of, I never knew how many people shopped so much. I just, because I don't go shopping. I hardly ever buy myself clothes or anything until I don't buy anything until they're worn out, or I need something for a special occasion, which never happens. So consequently, I don't go shopping. Like, I need sneakers, and I've needed them for a while, but I just haven't gone and got them. Come on. So I got a text message yesterday asking me if I could work. And I had already had my mindset on what I wanted to do this week, although I could use an extra day of pay. But 3 days in a row of all that noise and all those people, I told her, I said, no, I said, I can't come in until I'm scheduled, which is Saturday, so it was a relief. So it's definitely different than working at Joann's where I was working. And now, starting this coming week, there's 2 additional things we're going to have to do. And it's ridiculous. We're going to have to start asking if the customer wants to open a credit card with Burlington, which most of them probably say no anyway, but it's just an additional thing, which doesn't sound like much. But when people are in a rush, they don't want to stop and, do this and do that. And then, as busy as that store is, we're going to have to, the cashiers are going to have to count their till before, the till is the drawer of money, if you don't know that. We at the start of the shift, we have to count our till with the manager. And, people see you out at the register and they think you're ready to, take care of them. And that's not always the case. There's things to do sometimes beforehand. God forbid, even if you don't have, I'm sure you've noticed at stores, they'll have a light on at the register to show that, somebody's working the register. People don't care though. They just come up. One thing I think is really rude is when I'm waiting on a customer and, there's usually a line where you're supposed to stand until until it's your turn. Well, I hate it when people are standing right behind the person I'm checking out. I mean, right behind, instead of standing where they're supposed to. Drives me crazy because everybody's in such a rush. So it probably sounds really snobby to you guys, but I'm not. I'm a rule follower for the most part. I have pet peeves. So, do you have pet peeves? I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm sure a lot of it has to do with the way I was raised. My dad was in the Army, and he just, speaking of rule followers, so, and I have broken rules many times. I'm guilty. I just have to, when people are just obnoxious and rude, I just have to take a deep breath and go on. Because life's too short, and if I let them bother me, they're in control of my life, and that's not going to happen. So, I want that. Right. Oh, come on. I don't want that there. That's probably where it's supposed to go, too, I'll bet. It looks like it. Oh, well, I'm going to cut that piece off anyway, so it'll be okay. So what have you been watching on TV? I was watching The Lincoln Lawyer last night, and actually, because my daughter, because I get Peacock from my daughter's account, I've been watching FBI Most Wanted, which I wasn't able to watch because Amazon, you have to pay. If you go through Amazon, you have to pay for the episode or the series or whatever. So I'm happy about that because I really like the FBI series. And I can't wait till the new season starts of where's Zico and I can't even remember her name, but I think he's a handsome man. If you're watching FBI, and like I said, it's just the regular FBI series. But yeah, Zico, he's tall and handsome, and he's got a beard, and I like beards if they're well kept. But yeah, I've been watching those two, Lincoln Lawyer and FBI Most Wanted. And actually, on FBI Most Wanted, I can't even remember his name. I hate my memory, my lack of memory, I should say. If you watch the FBI Most Wanted, the boss, what the heck is his name? I don't know. Well, my point is, what I'm getting to is that I read where he was only on the program for 3 seasons, and somebody was wondering why. Well, poor man, he's not alive anymore because he died of cancer. And he was young. Not that cancer has any regard for your age, for sure. But I was sad to hear that. He's a very, very good actor. Or he was, past tense, but. So. I wish I could cross stitch faster. I wanted to put I've mentioned my carpal tunnel, obviously. And I went to put a pair of earrings on this morning. And it's like I can't even feel my earlobe all the way, which is very annoying because I love wearing earrings, but it's hard to feel where the hole in your ear is if you don't have feeling in your fingertips. So, this is aggravating. Sorry, I don't mean to complain. But I guess I've been doing that, huh? My daughter tells me I complain a lot. Sometimes I know that I complain. Everybody complains to a certain degree. But sometimes I just call it practical thinking. Yeah, nobody sees things the same, so. So, what do you think of this canvas? I think it's pretty, I really like it. I'm hoping that after it's done and I wash it, there won't be all those holes. I mean, they'll be there, but it won't be as noticeable, I should say. But we'll see. Excuse me. Yeah, I do like all the confetti, although I am finding that I'm going to be parking. That go there. Some threads here and there because, with the confetti like these right here, the K and the H, and just even the arrow, all of this confetti in here. Of course, I can jump from here to here to here, down to here. I don't like to go that far from one to the other because to me it's a waste of thread. But I will, and then there's some O's up there. But yeah, I think it's a waste of thread. But like here, the H's, I'll be working on them, and there'll be some parking here, I guess, if I can find some other ones. Yeah, I just don't, because I don't like, I don't know what I'm talking about. Sorry. Oh, do you laugh at yourself? Because obviously I sure do. I know what I'm talking about, but sometimes it's just hard for me to explain. But I'll leave it there. Because what I was trying to get at was that I'm using one whole thread, and I don't want to put it back in the plastic holder if it's not a full thread, because it could get lost, and I just don't want to waste the thread. Although Painting Fairy gives you plenty of threads. So let me know if, you know, you use the wax on the thread, and do you think it matters? Does it make a difference, I should say? Because I'm really curious. So I'm trying so hard not to have any mistakes in this canvas, because with my first big one, and it's not even as big as this, but it was big for me at the time. Not real big, but I noticed mistakes, and I don't, you know, I'm trying to make them all be uniform. Or like when you ever get done with a stitching area and notice that you skipped, like instead of going from here to here, you went from here down to here after you're all done in the area. It's just so frustrating. So that's why I'm trying. What the heck did I do? I think I made a boo-boo. It looks like a boo-boo. I can't tell. That's because I'm talking and I didn't pay close enough attention. And I don't want to run it back up there. Is it all right? No. It's right there. Oh, heck. I hate when that happens. Especially when I want to keep talking. I'm at 32 minutes now. I can't see. Is it all right? No, that looks horrible. What did I do, guys? I think I went from there over to there, and that's what I'm trying to get out here. Yeah, it's not. All right, well, I guess I'm gonna have to stop and fix that. I can pull the thread out from off the eye of the needle, but I don't wanna. And that's how some of it, sometimes it'll fray, the thread frays, if I have found in any type of thread where you have to pull it out of the eye of the needle too much. So, but sometimes when I was talking about pulling apart, sometimes I've noticed that the thread is so soft that it will like shred off here on the end. A piece of it will come off on the end here. So I was just wondering if that's me, or will the wax help it not to do that? So let me know what you think. I'd really appreciate your help. All right, I'm gonna end here, and I hope you enjoyed my chit-chatting, and give Painting Fairy cross stitch a try, and they have so many nice products there. It's amazing. I love them all. So, and they have scissors, some really nice scissors. These they sent me, and with my kit and my other 2 kits they sent me. So give them a try. You know, if you're in need of a new stitch, they'd be a great place to shop. All right, well, you all have a great rest of your day and a better day tomorrow, and I'll see you on the next go round. Take care. Bye-bye.